Thank you for joining us, Stefan. We now have UFC heavyweight Stefan Struve. We will begin with Dhruv Sharma from Sportskeeda.
Stefan, Dhruv here from Sportskeeda India. Great to speak with you. So, Stefan, not to put you on the spot, but as far as your last fight was concerned, if we are being brutally honest, the groin strikes were the main reason why this fight was, stopped later on. So, with not just with respect to groin strikes, but with respect to eye pokes and with respect to the fence grabbings and the weight cuts, do you think the contributing factors are being ignored by the commissions? And as far as the unified rules of combat is concerned, can there something be extra which can be done about it to avoid circumstances like these again?
Well, you go in a cage and you fight each other, and it's very unfortunate what happened. I don't blame Rato for anything. His aim with his kicks is just not as good. But yeah, if it's really, I was able to continue. Luckily, I've seen a lot of fighters fight since then who experience the same thing with low blows, and they stop the fight. If I wanted to, I could have, told him that I couldn't fight anymore. But of course, I wanted to continue to fight no matter what. And it's just very unfortunate because I feel like I was fighting a very good fight. He didn't land a single strike before those low blows, and after that, things changed. So, but it is what it is. I told myself pretty early on to get over it and just build on the performance that I put in the cage. Everything that I controlled was good. That's it.
Right. So I know you won't be looking beyond Tai Tuivasa as of now, but given that if you do end up getting a victory in your fight on Sunday, would you be looking forward to having a rematch with Ben?
No, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I don't want to be stuck in that in the negativity surrounding the low blows. I just want to continue to fight well and win fights. And yeah, what I said, I don't really care about that anymore. Like, it is what it is.
Right. Thank you. And going back a little, after your fight against Rogerio de Lima, where you won via submission, you had said something about a heart condition which you've been suffering from for a long time. So you were quite vocal about it on social media as well. So can you shed some more light on it? What's that like? Or if someone else has that particular problem, how to, tackle that if one wants to pursue a career in mixed martial arts?
Well, with me, they found it when I was 25. Normally, they find it when you're a lot younger. So I got leakage back into my into my heart at the aortic valve, and so I really just need to make sure that I don't overtrain, and that I keep a good eye on it. Like, I get it checked every 6 months, and if the leakage increases, then there is going to be consequences for my fight career, of course. But we're trying to be as smart as we can with it, and so far so good. It's very stable, and I'm performing very well with it. So,
thanks, Stefan. And just a last query before I let you go. You, just like Tai, will be fighting in an empty arena for the first time. So will there be a different strategy? Have you thought about, how to approach this particular fight, considering that there won't be any audience, any live audience?
Yeah, we spar in empty gyms every week. So, it is what it is. Once that cage door closes, it doesn't matter how many people there are in the stands. It's just me and him, and I need to do what I always do in the gym, and that's it.
Right. That's all from me, Stefan. Have a great fight on Sunday.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Jim Barcelone with Miami Herald.
Yes, thank you. I'm wondering, for this fight, where did you train for this fight? And was there anything different just because of the pandemic and COVID in training for this fight?
I trained back home in Holland with my coach Bob Schreiber, my longtime coach, and Team Musasi, and I got a bunch of good training partners. I moved camps back home again, starting with the Rogerio Lima fight. I was in Florida for 4 years before that, and it was a great experience. I really needed a new something new for my career to give it a boost. But now it just feels really good to be back home, and I really had a great camp. So things of course are a little different, but it is what it is. You know, it's different for everybody. There's not a ton of pro guys in Holland who just do this. You know, there's a lot of people who fight and work. So you can't ask of them to not be in contact with anybody. So we try to be as careful as possible. And yeah, you didn't always get the amount of sessions you would like to get in, but it is what it is. And maybe it's good because, you know, I tend to really push myself and maybe train too much now and then. But this time we really focused on quality instead of quantity, and yeah, I feel great. So no big deal. Like things were a little different, but I'm just feeling blessed to be here and be able to make a living for me and my family.
Yeah, and with that, making a living and doing that and being blessed about it, what are your thoughts of being on Fight Island, having this opportunity and having all these eyes on your fight, the whole fight card, ESPN Plus, and all that goes with it?
It's great. The island's great. UFC's taking care of everything we could want, everything we could need over here. You know, we got our own private workout room next to our own room, which I really like. You don't have to share it with all the fighters. There's not a lot of people in the hotel. Like, for instance, you fight in Vegas in a busy week. Like, it's really hard to move around the hotel and stuff. It's just nice and quiet, you know. And what I say, we have everything we need, and yeah, it's been a really good week so far.
You mentioned your time in South Florida. Were you with Hard Knocks, 365, and Henry Hooft?
Yeah.
What was that also? What was it like working with Henry? And do you still keep in touch with Henry at all or no?
Yeah, Henry is here now too, and he and my coach from Holland are longtime training partners and friends. So it was a pretty easy transition. Also because the styles are kind of the same, but of course everybody teaches a little different. It was just a really good team to be with, and the training sessions were great. They got great coaches there, great facility, everything a fighter could wish. For me, it's just a little too far from Holland. If it was closer, I would still be going there a lot. But I just wanted to go back home and do my camps in Holland again and just be full-time in Holland.
So you don't miss the beach?
I do miss the beach, especially this time of year. It's really nice to be here on Fight Island right now too, because the weather is so nice. And Holland's really cooling down, and all the leaves are falling down, the trees and stuff. So it's definitely nice to get a little sunshine. I do miss the Florida beach and the ocean, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. All good.
Hey, thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you.
Next, we have Damon Martin with MMA Fighting.
Can you hear me now, Stefan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Coming off the win over DeLima, you had mentioned career, and then you end up doing the new 6-fight deal and come back, and obviously you had to fight with Rothwell, and now here you are this weekend. Where's your head at in terms of your career? Like, are you having fun again? Like, where's your passion? Where's your, you know, because when you mention retirement, we hear that all the time. Guys say when you say you're thinking of retiring, you probably should retire, but obviously you're still young, but you have a lot of experience. So where's your head at going into this fight?
You know, at that point in the Rogerio de Lima fight, I was just not having fun with it anymore. I was just doing the camps to fight and make money, and like I wasn't enjoying it anymore. And like not having the pressure of the fight and having to train and all that for a while I was still training and doing well, really, you know, make me feel good about it again. And like we started to look at things we could implement to make it more enjoyable, change things around a little bit, because I really felt it was necessary in my fighting style. Just coming back is one thing, and fighting again, but if you come back and you fight the exact same way, I don't think, you know, at the point when you're not having too much success with it and you do that, I don't think that's a great choice. So we changed things up, and I really hope to be able to see it, show that again this Saturday too. I think I showed a bunch of it in my last fight against Rothwell. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, get the win, but I was well on my way to it. I really feel that was a really, really positive performance in that fight, and I really want to build on. We really wanted to build on that after that fight, and that's exactly what we did the last year. Build on that, improve on the things we wanted to improve on, and I really feel like there's going to be things that I'm going to show that people are going to be surprised.
It's probably a cheesy, but are you having fun again?
Yeah, that was the most important thing for me. Have fun with training again, and doing the new things, inspiring, and just changing the mindset. Just working on like how to approach fight week and how to approach sparring, because I didn't really want to spar anymore before that. Like everything was just getting really hard to do, and every single time I had to go spar, it was like a really big thing to go into the gym and knowing you have to spar again, and like it's like I was just done with it. And then I had a good training camp for the Rogerio de Lima fight, and I was just, the first 5 seconds I wasn't focused enough, and he clipped me, and then I had to survive that first round while he was trying to like take my head off, and all that together, just like I was like, all right, I'm done right now. So I really didn't want to do it anymore at that point. And it took a while, but then I refound the joy in training. I think that's the most important thing. If you have fun with training, then fight week and the fighters, it's going to be a lot easier.
And Stefan, when you fought Ben, has been around for a long time, fought everybody, very, very well-known heavyweight. To go from him to Taito Ivasa, who's a younger guy, not maybe as well known, but obviously a big striker. I mean, in terms of your career, like, do you prefer the kind of more well-known guys, like in terms of like who you want to fight, the legends, the guys with kind of like a name like yourself, or do you mind fighting some of the younger guys like a Taito Ivasa who's 27, he's got a lot less experience than you, maybe not the name. Like, do you mind those kind of different fights?
No, I don't care at all. We are offered an opponent, then we look at what we think, and we make a game plan off of the fighting style, and that's it, man. Like we try to have as much fun with it as possible, and if someone has a big name or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like, the same thing with the rankings. People are all about the rankings nowadays, but I fought in the UFC for such a long time under world rankings, and people are turning guys down because they're ranked below them, and it's just it's just crazy to me. I don't care.
Is that frustrating at all with the rank? Like, well, I'm not going to fight a guy who's unranked, or I'm not going to fight a guy who's below me in the rankings. Like, in a way, do you feel like the rankings are maybe problematic of missing out on some good fights?
Yeah, they definitely can. Like, a lot of people use that excuse, I think, that they don't want to fight guys that are ranked below them. So it's those rankings, it's a lot of it is opinion. Like, where do you think someone needs to be ranked? Is like, it's very hard to rank fighters, right? Based on performances. Like, some guys are ranked #1 for a reason, and it's really clear that they deserve the next title shot. But for the rest, it's it's very hard to really, not have opinions be too big of a factor in that.
And last one for me, when you look at Ty, he's kind of a go big or go home guy. He goes out, swings heavy, swings for the fences. You fought kind of guy during your career, Steph. You fought, strikers, grapplers, everything. But what do you think of Ty and that kind of style where it's again, you kind of know, in going into the fight, he's headhunting. That's what he's best at.
Yeah. Stay away from him. He's going to be dangerous the first round, especially. He's fast. I need to find my distance like I did in the Rothwell fight, because he didn't land a single blow before the low blows. If I do that, just be smart with it. That's one of the things we train on a lot. I always was waiting on the other guy too much to land a strike instead of maybe moving away. And that's what we've been training a lot of defense, a lot of defensive patterns, different movement patterns. And if I do well, if I fight the way we train all that, then that shouldn't be a problem. And I think that everybody agrees and understands that if I take the fight to the ground, that's going to be a really bad night for him.
Thanks, Stefan.
Yeah, no problem.
And last, we have Augusta Nezge from Somos MMA.
Hi, Stefan. How are you? Do you hear me?
Good. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Stefan, you have mentioned that you weren't having fun before and now you are. So I am curious, besides the fighting stuff, are you having fun there in the Fight Island? What about that experience?
Yeah, it's a great experience. It's you know, the whole city is pretty much blocked off over here. Where usually a lot of traffic. We were able to take the bikes out and ride around town here, and it's, you know, we have everything we could wish for in the hotel. And especially with the pandemic going on, a lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of businesses are going out of business. It's a blessing to be able to be here and make money with what I love. So.
And is there anything about the island that you think UFC should implement in every fight?
I really like having the workout room next door, next to our own hotel room. You know, it's usually you share a workout room with like 10 to 12 other guys, and there's always people around, and the rooms are always hot because the fighters want to cut weight and stuff. But it's really nice to have a training room right next door. It's perfect.
Okay, and talking about the fight, Taito Ibasa is in a 3-loss streak, so we can assume that he will try to change that and will come up hard. So do you think you should be worried about that? I mean, do you think you should pay more attention due to that?
No, he's like, no matter what, you always want to win. And, you know, it's unfortunate for him that he's lost 3 in a row. And of course, I lost, you know, more fights than I would like to in my last couple fights. You know, sometimes it is what it is. People need to understand that when you go in there, 2 guys go and fight, especially 2 big guys, one guy's going to lose. You know, he's an entertaining fighter. He brings something to the table that not a lot of people bring to the table, his style and his personality. So he's, I enjoy watching him fight, and I'm looking forward to competing with him on Saturday.
Imagine we're going to be the
Sorry, I don't hear you anymore. Sound's gone.
Yep, sounds like he's having technical difficulties. That's all we have for you today. Thank you and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.